All right. If you are a chiropractor, if you're a pain doctor, you are in the right place. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Mark Slater. I've been a practicing chiropractor for 25 years, all in the personal injury space. My own practice, when I first started as a chiropractor, I opened a place in Birmingham, Alabama 25 years ago. Back then, we didn't have these yet. There was none of these, no phones. Well, they just came out, but there's no social media, no World Wide Web. So I had to do it the hard way, knocking on doors, hitting the pavement, walk through, 4 pairs of shoes in 2 months, promoting my practice and, knocking on 1,000 doors. I'm not kidding, 1,000 doors. Letting people know I was opening up right over here across from Dawson Baptist Church, mailed everyone a thank you note after I met them. And then a week before I opened, I mailed out a grand opening letter. So on day 1, I had a waiting room full of patients. I was in the black the first month. I sold that practice in 2 years and bought a personal injury practice where I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. Bought that practice in 2003, had it for 17 years. And also got in the med spa business, laser hair removal, laser tattoo removal, Botox, Restylane, Juvederm, had 4 of those locations here in the Atlanta market. I sold everything around 2018, took some time off, and I got recruited. I got recruited by one of the largest spinal surgery groups here in the South to help them market for personal injury patients. So they had 5 marketing liaisons in the field. We grew that to 7 marketing liaisons by the time I left, 7 or 8, I don't remember. And the doctor, he wanted to get 200 new PI patients in the door every single month. He had never done that before. He had never done more than 24 spinal surgeries in a month. 24 was the record. So in my tenure there, I only worked there for 11 months as VP of Sales and Marketing. We were able to eclipse 200 new PI patients twice in that 11 months time. And we surpassed 24 surgeries twice. We got to 30 spinal surgeries twice. Spinal surgeries pay the bills in this industry. A bi-level A-lift, T-lift, I mean, you're talking $150,000, $200,000 for that surgery. That's why the doctor had the surgeon had a Bentley in his own jet. Okay. I hope I got the assist on that, but I resigned after 11 months. I resigned because I don't like being an employee. I am an entrepreneur. I like owning my own businesses. So I resigned. I resigned because I figured that I have something here that I want to share with other chiropractors, other doctors in the personal injury space, a proven process. I have social proof because I've done it over and over and over again. Not have I only done it with my own practices, but I've done it for doctors all over the country, with this proven process of creating relationships and building a personal injury practice. So I'm a full-time consultant in this space. And how I help my doctors is we'll all have to agree that personal injury is a relationship-driven business. Give me the doctor with 20 relationships in the personal injury space with attorneys, MRI reps, other medical doctors that don't do medical legal work. I'll take that guy over the doctor in personal injury with 15 letters after his name, but he doesn't know how to market, doesn't know how to create relationships, doesn't know how to talk to attorneys, doesn't know their pain points. Give me the marketing guy every time. You really only need 2 letters after your name to be very successful in chiropractic, just 2. They could be DC or they could be MD. That's all you need. You just have to have more relationships than the competition. And you win, okay? So this live stream, we're gonna focus on that objection that I know you've gotten before when you talk to these attorneys. Hey man, you send me one, Dr. Slater, I'll send you one. We're gonna cover that. So hang with me for 15 minutes and we're gonna get into how to handle that objection. I'm gonna show you some graphics. I'm gonna walk you through that whole thing because when they say that, it's not just a 2-word response, okay? I'm gonna give you some context, some background of how we handle that objection. so that you understand it. And if later on, after I do that presentation and help you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to have the exact document that I'm going to show you, so that you can refer to it and kind of commit it into your brain, so that when you do get that, you go, you know what? I know exactly what to say. I know exactly how to handle this objection. The objection is, you send me one, I'll send you one. Okay. So my private members, obviously I'm a full-time consultant in this space, and I have doctors that hire me to help them market. And we hammer 3 things in my program. And these 3 things all go back to these 2 principles. The 2 principles are volume, massive numbers, and consistency. If you reach out to attorneys and other doctors that can send you a case in massive numbers, and you're consistent in doing it, you are going to have a big personal injury practice. So you're going to have potential for growth that you don't have right now by taking some action or spastic actions, or you're uncertain about what actions to take. I'm going to give you certainty because we've proven it again and again and again in chiropractic offices, interventional pain offices, ortho offices, all across this country. Okay. So the first core drum that we hammer with my private members is that we have a social media plan. Now, I'm not talking about posting content, which you should be doing that, of course, but I'm talking about reaching out to attorneys, using your social media, getting in conversations, and asking them for dates. What do you mean a date, Mark? That sounds stupid. Well, I want you to think about it like internet dating, okay? Expert at internet dating. I met my wife on Match.com. But she would not have agreed to go out with me if, like, right when I send her a message, if I go, hey, meet me for lunch, meet me for dinner, come to my house. Like, no. You have to know or try to get in a conversation. And when we use the power of direct messaging through our social media apps, it is conversational. It's back and forth. You can get into a conversation and ask those attorneys for a date. And that date, because of the pandemic helped us in our marketing. Well, how did that help us in our marketing, Mark? Well, let me tell you, it taught all these attorneys, every single one of these PI attorneys know how to Zoom now. They're doing Zoom depositions, Zoom bench trials, Zoom court, and the judges love it. It's here to stay. So if you learn how to have a conversation with an attorney on social media through the power of direct messaging and ask them for a date, a Zoom call, you can get in front of a lot of attorneys in your bedroom, living room, office, several times a day. Most people that I know eat lunch once a day if they eat it at all. But Zoom calls with attorneys, I mean, you can do more than one of those in a day. So now we can accelerate our relationships and get in front of more attorneys and let them know that we focus on personal injury. Okay, so that's the first one. We have a social media plan. And in my social media plan, we reach out to 50 people a day that can send us a PI case. 50, 250 a week, 5-day week. That's 1,000 in a month. In most states, even the city that I'm in, the city of Atlanta has 4,000 PI attorneys. So there's plenty of people to reach out to. But I also want you to understand the power of having a social media plan, because now we are in a digital society. These attorneys now have the power to send contracts to sign up clients hundreds of miles away through texting or email. So now it doesn't matter where attorneys are. The geography of the attorney, it doesn't matter. But your geography matters, because most of these attorneys have a 5-mile rule. They don't want their clients driving more than 5 miles to the doctor, especially a chiropractor, 3 or 4 times a week. You're not going to have a good case, missed appointments, gaps in care. You got to explain all that. So these attorneys, they want to know who the doctors are all over their state that focus on PI. So if you don't have a social media plan and you're only marketing to attorneys in a 5-mile radius of your office, that's the old way of doing things. Social media has made this business expansive, bigger. You can have a big practice if you learn the skills of having a social media plan, of reaching out to attorneys through the power of direct messaging, not emails. Direct messaging has a 90% open rate. Email marketing, 10 to 15% open rate. If you're really good and prolific at writing, you're a good copywriter, maybe 20 or 25% in B2C, B2B emails. So the power of direct messaging is helping my private members grow their practice very fast. Okay, so have a social media plan. The second pillar in my program is I'm going to help you hire, train, coach, optimize, and track a marketing liaison in the field. So that while you're taking care of your patients, you have a trained, coached marketer in the field, armed with medical legal terminology, conversation starters, how to handle objections, like you send me one, I'll send you one. We're going to cover that. Hang out with me here for 5 minutes. We're going to get there, I promise. Okay. So having a marketing liaison, the largest offices that have the largest amount of volume of personal injury patients, they have a dedicated marketing liaison in the field every day while you're busy taking care of your patients. You have somebody advocating for your practice, representing you and your brand every single day. If they're in your office, they are doing it wrong. And we do all that training. We do all that training, we do all that coaching for your marketing so that you don't have to worry about that. You can leverage that activity to us and my team, and we will do the training and coaching of your marketer. Okay, the third pillar, your communications with attorneys, right? How to handle any objection they're gonna throw at you, the questions to ask in your conversations, right? They don't care about the services you provide. Okay, when you start talking about, oh, we have x-ray, muscle stim, we have laser, we do ultrasound, we have heat, and you'll see their face glaze over. These attorneys don't care about your services. They care about the benefits of your services. Talk about the benefits, not the services. So understanding how to communicate with these attorneys, how to handle their objections, how to ask a better question, and how to get their clients into your office. They have to send these cases somewhere. And if they're not sending them to you, either they don't know you or they don't like you. Hopefully they just don't know you. But in my program, we fix that because we're going to have every single attorney in your town have awareness that our office, your office, focuses on personal injury. Okay, so those are the three core pillars in my program. A social media plan to create relationships with the attorneys that are and doctors that are going to send you cases. We're going to hire, train, coach, optimize, and track a marketing liaison with you. We're going to help you with all that. And then the third one is we're going to help you with your communications with attorneys, how to handle all their objections. So it's all about the marketing. I stay in my lane. I don't help you with documentation excellence. I don't help you with writing a colossive narrative, although I have resources for all that and I can help you there, but I'm going to help you get more personal injury patients into your waiting room. I don't provide you with a 5-page CV. I don't help you with your flexion extension x-rays. There's other people in the market for that. And those are great services. But what I found is that a lot of consultants don't know how to get injury clients into your office, and that's my specialty, and that's what I do. Okay, all right. So thank you for hanging out to this part. If you have any questions, you can give me some likes, you can give me some loves in the comment section if you're there. So let's go. So here we are. Let's talk about this objection. You send me one, and I'll send you one. Okay. All right. This up a little bit. All right. So you're having lunch with an attorney, you're having a Zoom call with an attorney, and you're talking about doing some business, and he throws this out at you. You send me one, and I'll send you one. Okay. In and of itself, this phrase is problematic. It sounds like a quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Patient dealing. In most states, that's illegal. So this is a whole problematic statement. You send me one and I'll send you one. So here's what you're going to say, or here's what I recommend. Counselor, by the way, when you address an attorney as counselor, they seem to love that. It kind of strokes their ego. ego. Counselor, I would love to send you one for one, but you understand that doctors can send, that can send one client for every patient are considered unicorns in this industry, right? It's true. I talk to a lot of attorneys. The guys that go one for one, very few and far between. So it's not even a realistic phrase. Because as you know, Mr. Attorney, you guys, you personal injury attorneys, you guys dominate the marketing in personal injury. I only see attorneys in personal injury on billboards, radio, TV, Google pay-per-click, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and OTT advertising. You may not know what OTT advertising, maybe you use a streaming service like Hulu TV, YouTube TV, Sling. Those commercials that you see that are not skippable, that's OTT advertising. Separate from network and cable advertising, they have a whole new category now called OTT. It's called over the top. So ads on streaming is OTT. The attorneys dominate that. You don't see chiropractors on those. You very rarely see a chiropractor on a billboard, radio ad, TV, Facebook ads, some Facebook ads, but OTT and YouTube ads. It's very few and far between, okay? Well, why? Well, in your advertising angles, Mr. Attorney, you can talk about getting your clients M-O-N-E-Y, moolah, scratch, cheese, dough, dinero, lettuce, cabbage, bone, dollar bills, y'all. You promise them money. Money is the driving force and motivator here. So if I had to choose, oh, this guy's going to give me money at the end of my case, and this guy's going to get me out of pain, let me call this money guy first, because I'm looking for that. You know, we can say that that might be ethically wrong or morally wrong, but we're not the one making the decision. The patients are, or the potential patients are, right? So here's an example. I mean, this guy, it's all bold, 50 million, 27 million. All this other stuff is in small, thin, a font. I don't even know what this is. All I see is 50 million, 27 million, right? Here's John Morgan, puts his face on fake money. Okay, this is what the doctors are up against, right? We can't promise you money. Okay, all right. So I want you to pay attention to this part. The average fee for a chiropractor in a personal injury case, let's call it around $3,000 to $5,000 a case. PI attorneys collect, on average, per case, $26,000. That's 5 times more than the provider will receive. One for one doesn't cut it. The value of the math is asymmetrical for a one-for-one relationship. It just doesn't make any sense. So let's see. You want me to send you a case first that you're most likely going to get $26,000 on. And if you pay my bill in full, but we don't have a relationship, so I don't even know if that's going to be possible, I'm going to get maybe $4,000. So that one for one, the math doesn't work. Now, where am I getting $26,000 a case? Just so you know, I'm not pulling that out of my ass. This is from a company called Filevine. They are a case management software company for personal injury lawyers. I was at a seminar last December, and that's where I got this slide. Filevine, right here is the name of the company. So $26,470 is the average fee collected from a personal injury case. Okay? So that one, you send me one, I'll send you one, math is messed up. It's not really fair. Okay? Okay, so now you've got some data points to handle, but I'm not done yet. Because they get $26,000 per case, they have more of a profit margin and therefore more marketing dollars to spend. So back to the comment, you send me one and I'll send you one. You can say we do get unattached patients on occasion, and we send those to preferred attorneys that we work with whom we have a relationship. All of those relationships started with an attorney's client sent to us. Okay? All of those relationships with our preferred attorneys started when they send a client to us. They loved our documentation. They loved working with us. We built some trust. They settled the case. We got our bill paid. They got about 25 grand. Let's keep this going. The preferred attorneys that we send our cases to always protect our bill at 100% when possible, as they understand the value of a free client. Now, let me explain what a free client for the attorney means. So I used to sell digital marketing to attorneys. So I know I used to sell them Google pay-per-click ads, SEO, build websites. So when they market, let's say they're doing Google pay-per-click ads, OTT, and some TV commercials, and they're spending $100,000 a month. And let's say they get 50 clients. They have an acquisition cost of $2,000 per personal injury client that comes to their office from their marketing. Okay, so when they send you the case, they're $2,000 in the hole. Again, don't feel sorry for them. Average collection is $26,000. Now, I know that's average. Some of them might be lower, some of them might be higher, but let's focus on the average. So if you send them an unattached case, they have zero acquisition cost. Therefore, it's a free client to them. Okay, so we would love to have a relationship with your firm, and that relationship is based on mutual trust and respect. So this is important. I want you to focus on this. Our clinic will ensure that you have the documentation and medical billing needed to give you the value drivers you require for the case through and you're going to list your benefits, just the top 3 or 4 benefits. Okay. Well, what's a benefit? Well, what you don't want to do is talk about your services. We have laser, we do interferential, we have muscle stim, ultrasound, we do traction. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody has that or something like that. All these attorneys know you have the tools to get their client well. What's the benefit of working with your clinics? Let me give you an example. You can say, we're going to give you the value drivers you require for the case through our thorough diagnosis training. We're typically not going to give you a diagnosis of sprain, strain, whiplash, cervicalgia, myositis, myalgia. We're going to go a little deeper than that. We're trained, as an example, to take flexion extension x-rays. We can diagnose ligamentous instability in the cervical spine. Ligamentous instability, left untreated, can cause long-term disability of the person. And then you quote a medical journal of orthopedic surgery. Now you validated your care. That's the benefit of working for us. We're going to give you diagnoses that are value drivers for the case. The second benefit we're going to give you, we're going to quarterback this case for you through our network of specialists when needed. If you send that case to me, I'm a chiropractor. If they're still at 9 or 10 on the pain scale after 30 days, we're going to make a proper referral, whether they need orthopedic, neuro, interventional pain. And the third benefit, we will always communicate with you before we make that referral, because we want to make sure you have a good relationship with that specialist we want to make the referral to. We're a team here. This is a team-based approach. We want to make sure we're all on the same team. So talk about your benefits, not your services. So maybe in your conversation, you heard a pain point the attorney said something about. He said something about, oh my God, we were working with this chiro group, and it took 4 weeks to get medical records from the day we requested them. And so what you would say is, so in our practice, we have a 3-day turnaround time for records requests. So that's not going to happen when you work with us. See, that's the benefit. Okay. So I'm going to talk about this a little more. Don't talk about your services. You can talk about it, but don't hang around there. Talk about the benefits of those services. Know your specific benefits. These are your points of differentiation, the offerings that will make you stand out and be different from other doctors approaching attorneys. And you can talk about the benefit of the benefit. This is an incredible point. What is the benefit of the benefit? So as an example, so this isn't a personal injury example, but I'm just sharing with you so you understand. Mr. Smith, 65-year-old man's got back pain. He was very athletic and active. Now he really can't do anything. Mr. Smith, we're going to get you out of pain. Benefit. So that you can get back on the floor and play board games with your grandkids again. Benefit of the benefit. Out of pain so that you can do what you love to do before this happened to you. Get you out of pain so you can get back on the golf course. We're going to get you out of pain so you can go fishing with your buddies, deep sea fishing with your buddies, whatever. The benefit of the benefit. Talk about that. Okay. Here's another point that I'm going to drive home. You're going to love this. Buckle up. Hopefully, Mr. Attorney, you have another traffic source other than professional referrals for your personal injury business. Okay, why do I say that? Because only 7% of personal injury business comes from professional referrals, medical, chiro. So if you had to rely on medical doctors and chiropractors to fill your law firm up with PI patients, you probably have to find a side hustle. You probably have to drive Uber on the weekends or deliver pizza. Okay, again, I got this from Filevine. Of almost 3,000 cases from June to October 2021, the top ones were referral from a past client. So we're talking about a law firm here. Other attorney referrals, those are the top two: client referrals, attorney referrals. TV commercials is number 3. Internet, Google, I believe that's going to be like SEO, Google My Business, Google reviews. Referral by word of mouth is number 5. An employee referral, an employee of the law firm recommended somebody get there. That's higher than medical and chiropractic referrals to a law firm. Internet AdWords, so Google AdWords comes in at number 8. Other, I don't know what that is, but here at number 10, referral medical, and I'm going to put this one, which is blank, I'll say referral chiropractor. So if I add those two together and divided it by 2920, 7% of a law firm's personal injury business comes from professional referrals from medical and chiropractic. Just know that. So that you send me one, I'll send you one. It's total bullshit. So hopefully you got a lot out of this presentation and understanding the talking points you can use to handle this objection and talk to the attorney out of this little scenario, because it's kind of a dead scenario. It kind of ends the conversation. What are you going to say? Okay, you're not going to get any cases from him. But when you share this information, you just sound more informed, and you have an eye on this personal injury industry in your town. Okay, so if you are in this live stream and you've hung out here, if you have a question, if you have a comment, just comment below. And yeah, comment worksheet. If you comment worksheet below, I'll send you this. I'll send you you send me one. I'll share this document with you. So you can just have this to refer to for those talking points so that you can better handle that objection. You send me one, I'll send you one. So type worksheet in the comments below, and I'll make sure that you get this document so that you can have it and refer to it to help just put it in your mental Rolodex. So when you get that objection in the future, you can knock it out. Okay? So comment worksheet, happy to share that with you if you ask for it. Okay? So if you have an additional comment or a question, you can comment and you can ask in the comments. So just imagine having a process where you're reaching out to 50 attorneys a day through social media. Imagine a process where you have somebody in your market every single day talking to attorneys, talking about the benefits of working with you, talking about the benefits of working with you. Imagine doing that 50 attorneys a day, every single day, and having a marketer out in the streets trying to create hundreds of contacts for you in a month. Because that's what's going on with my private members. That's what I train them to do. And a lot of them are doing it and going from 9 PI patients in 1 month to 2 months later getting 52 new PI patients in the office through this proven process, using those 2 core principles that I talked about: volume, massive numbers, and consistency. And when you combine massive numbers and you're consistent, doing it day after day, this mundane activity, but it works, you're going to grow your personal injury practice. Okay? So comment worksheet, I'll send you that worksheet so you can have it. We're here every Thursday at 4 p.m. in this private Facebook group. And I'm Mark Slater. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. If you are a private client of mine, you have my phone number. You can text me with a question. I'm here to help your personal injury business grow as a provider. I don't help attorneys. It's not my game. But if you're a provider, chiropractor, ortho, neuro, and you want more personal injury patients, book a call with me. There's links in this Facebook group to book a 15-minute call with me. And on that call, I'll give you 1 or 2 action items that you can immediately implement, take action on, and start creating the relationships that are going to fill your personal injury practice. So I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me today. Thanks everyone for being in this live stream. I want to thank everyone that did show up. If you need a replay, type replay in the comments. And type replay in the comments and I'll shoot you a replay later. So have a great day, everyone. And see you on the other side.